Hello friends, in this video we are going to create this type of testimonial section. So we will create these two headings, these type of three cards, and when someone will hover on a specific card, we will blur the other cards as you can see on my video. We will start from absolutely scratch. We will create new project using Vite. We will install Tailwind CSS and then we will create this type of user interface. So without any delay, let's start. Okay friends, so we are going to start from scratch. So first of all, we need to create a new React project. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to type here Vite, and from here I'm going to open their official website. I will click on get started, and from here we need this command npm create Vite @latest. So node package manager is already installed on my computer, so simply I need to click here, open in terminal, and here I will paste this command and simply press enter, and it is asking me for project name. So for example, profiles, let me name this profiles, and from here using the arrow keys I will select React and I will choose TypeScript. You can also choose the JavaScript because it doesn't matter, we are going to make a front end. And again, now it is asking me to go into the profiles folder by using cd profiles and then type here npm install. It will take a little bit time, but then your project will be set up. Okay, so npm is installed. Let me open this folder and show you. Here you can see that we have node modules folder and our current project folders. So let me close this from here. Simply I will type code space dot. By using this command, my project will be open in Visual Studio Code. From here we need source and app.tsx. If you have created a JavaScript project, then maybe you will see JS extension here. Now first of all, let me run the application. I will open the terminal. You can also open the terminal by going here, new terminal, and here I will type npm run dev. So it will give you a port where you can open and see the output of your project in developer mode. So you can see that we have this. And now first of all, I will remove this complete HTML from here. Also we don't need this use state. I'm also going to remove this. Okay, so this is now our simple file. Let me show you the output. And now we need to install the Tailwind CSS in our project. So what I will do, I will open the Tailwind CSS, their official website. I will click on get started. From here we need to click on framework guides. I will select Vite. We need to skip the first step because we already have done this. And next I will simply copy this, open my terminal, and let me open the new terminal, and here I'm going to paste this command. Similarly, we need to run the second command, and you need to copy this content key and open this. I'm doing this fast so because this is not the topic of our video. Let me open the tailwind config.js, and here we need to remove this content key and paste this here. Let me zoom in my code, and then you need to copy these three lines and open your index.css. So this file exists inside, in my case, inside our source folder, and from here I'm going to remove all of the code and just paste this. Okay, now you can see that we have this output at the moment. And in the last, yes, when you will run your application, Tailwind CSS will be installed. To check either Tailwind CSS is installed or not, you can maybe try this h1 element. Let me copy this and paste here, and now I will type npm run dev. Okay, let me close this. We have opened our project. It is not showing anything. We need to save our file. Let me save this, and now you can see that hello world. Okay, so because underline class means underline our text, and text 3xl means this is the size of this is the font size, and obviously this is affecting. It means our project is set up and the Tailwind CSS is installed on our project. Now we need to start coding our actual part, which is the JSX and some Tailwind CSS classes to make that beautiful UI. Okay, so next let me remove these files. We don't need them. Also I will hide this, my sidebar, and remove this h1 element. So first of all, you need to create a div. Basically this will our parent div, and we need to give some classes. Text center and padding y-axis would be 10. So I will write Tailwind CSS class, but maybe I will name maybe the purpose of this class, or maybe what CSS property we are using here, so you can understand deeply. So basically this is padding y-axis and this is text align center. Next, inside this we need to create our heading, which means testimonials, then a paragraph which will say read what other clients say about us, and then again we need to create a container, and basically this would be the container from cards. And here let me create a div. Basically here we will create 3 divs, but first of all I will create one div, and once I will complete that, then I will create my another divs. Basically these 3 divs are the container of our 3 cards. So let me remove this, and here, so basically this is, let me say this is a card container, and inside this again I'm going to create a div. So basically this is our image container. So these comments are just for you, so you can understand correctly. And here we will display an image tag. After this image container we will create an h4 tag which will for name, and then a paragraph which will display some maybe comment or some of the message of the client, or maybe customer's message, but I have displayed some dummy text here. And after this we only need to create a button which will say see profile. Okay, so we have done with our HTML. Currently we have only this title and this simply the HTML that we have write. Before doing anything, let me import an image. So okay, so this is the image. I have downloaded it from internet and its format is WebP. You can also use JPG or PNG images. So it is looking like an AI image. I will simply cut this from here, and inside my project you can see we have source folder and then we have assets folder. Inside this folder I am going to paste this. So first of all I am going to open this folder assets, and then I'm going to paste this. So my image name is profileai.webp. Then I will import this image. I will import this as profile image 1 from assets, and we have profileai.webp. Okay, simply at the last I will simply copy this, and inside my image source I will type these brackets and paste my image name. Okay, now you can see that we have image displaying on our web page. Now first of all we need to define some colors in our tailwind config.css, tailwind config.js, not css. And here inside the extend you can you have to create a new key like colors. This is how you can define your own colors in Tailwind CSS. So first of all I'm going to name this dark purple, and I will choose this color code for dark purple color. So basically now I can, by using this name, I can use this color in multiple places of my project. So this is how you define your custom colors in Tailwind CSS. Again, if you only want to use a single color only one time in your project, so maybe it is not required to define this. But if you are using a single color in multiple places, so then it's a best practice. So first define that color in Tailwind CSS and then use this from here. Because for example, in later if you want to change a specific color, for example if this is our heading color, you want to change the heading color of your whole project, if you will hard code it in multiple places, so this will become a head key for you to change that color in multiple places. So now we have defined our color in Tailwind config. Now if I will type here like text underscore dark, not underscore, first of all you need to type text hyphen and then your color name. So our color name is basically dark underscore purple, dark underscore purple. So keep in mind, first of all you need to type text hyphen, this is the Tailwind config, Tailwind utility. It means we are trying to give this color to our text, and then I'm typing here my color name. Okay, I will save these files. Let me open this. So if you notice that the color has been changed successfully, next one thing you have to do, open the index.html and to your body element give a class named text white and bg dark purple. Okay, now you can see that the background is looking like this. Our whole body's background is changed. Okay, next I will go to the app.tsx, and here I will type the text 3xl. Okay, the text is changed. Let me turn this to the 4xl and text hyphen white, because we have changed the background to dark. So now we have to make this light and font bold. Okay, now you can see that this is looking good. And again, next to our this subheading, we need to give class text 3xl. Its width would be 100% and margin x axis would be auto, means our this heading will be center. I think we do not need to give this class because it is by default in center. And then font bold and margin bottom would be 12. I also have give leading normal, means line height. Okay, so one thing, let me try. If I remove this text 4xl from here, okay, now you can see that this is looking pretty. And next we need to design our this card, and then we will simply copy and paste our HTML and our task will be done. So first of all, I will go here. So basically this is our cards container. So let me type here flex. Maximum width would be 5xl. Gap between each item would be of 8. Justify center. Margin x axis would be auto. And then I will type overflow x axis scroll. Maybe we don't need this property at the moment. And display flex means each item, we want that item in a row. This is the maximum width and this is the gap between each item. So you know, justify center means item will be closer to each other, but they still have a gap of 8 between them. Okay, now you can see that this is looking like this. And next we need to go to a single card container. Here I will type bg hyphen white divided by 10. Okay, you can see that the background is a little different from our background. And then padding would be 8. So you can see that we have give padding to our card and rounded XL. So we have rounded our card corners. And similarly mix blend. So this is very important property. You need to type mix blend luminosity, and now you can see that the color of our image is merged with the background color. Let me cut and save this. So you can see that previously our image was looking like this, but now you can see that our image color is blend with the background. Okay, so next we need to define a width 72. You can see that. And then cursor would be pointer. So it means when I will move my cursor to my card, so our card will look like this, our cursor will look like this. And similarly, okay, that's it. And next I need to move to my image container. So first of all, overflow would be hidden and rounded would be full. Okay, and height would be 20 and width would be 20. So we had defined width and height for our this. And similarly maybe you will notice that these two properties are not working because, okay, let me type here overflow hidden, not. Okay, now you can see that our image is circular. Previously I made a spelling mistake, but now I have done with this. We have defined a width and height for our image, so our image is looking small. And next what we can do, we can give a margin to x-axis. Now you can see that image is in the center. Okay, this is looking good. Now to our image we need to give width would be 100% and height would be 100%, not 100 but full. So it means height also 100%. Okay, so we have done with this. And similarly we need to go our name the person who have give us the testimonial. So what I will do, I will type here first of all uppercase. So this is text transform uppercase. Okay, and then the font size would be XL, means text XL. Font weight would be bold, and margin top would be 4. Okay, now you can see that the title is looking like this. And next we need to give class to our this fake review. Text sm, line height would be 7, margin y-axis would be 2, and font would be light, and opacity would be 50. And now you can see that our this testimonial is looking like this. So if I zoom out, you can see that. And next to our this profile button, I will give class bg-btn primary. So this is the color that we have defined in our Tailwind CSS here, btn primary. You can see that the color is assigned here. And next classes, I will type some padding like 2.5, padding x-axis, and rounded full. Okay, so now you can see that our button is looking like this. Now what I need to do, I will simply copy this, and okay, I need to copy this single card. Okay, and then I will again paste here. Okay, so we need to save this and refresh. So you can see that we have 2 cards, and now we need to create a blur effect on our cards. So to do that, first of all, I will give a class group to my this container for cards, so to my this div, which is a container for our cards. And then after defining this class here, let me also type here and here. So now whatever I will type, those class will be given to our both card containers, because I have press alt and click here and click here. So now I can type. By typing at once, I can write 2 classes because we have 2 cards at the moment. So first of all, what I will do, I will type here group colon hover. So I have grouped them using hover. So what I'm going to type here, blur hyphen small. Okay, so what does it means? Once user will hover on any card, because we have grouped both cards with each other, so both cards are blurred. Okay, but what we want is, for example, if I hover on this card, we do not want to we only want to blur this card, but not on the card that we are hovering on. So what we can do next, again I will type hover colon blur none. But if you notice, I have given here very important. So it means on hover, I want this card blur none, but this very important will override this blurring property. Okay, now let me, okay, we need to save this. Now you can see that when I hover on this card is displaying, but other card is not displaying. And similarly, when I am hovering on this, so the other card is blurred. So now in the end, we need to simply copy this and paste this here. Okay, now you can see that this and this. Okay, so let me zoom this a little bit. So friends, I hope that this video will be helpful for you. Obviously you can change the images to these cards, or let me change me. Okay, let me change so these cards will look beautiful. Okay friends, I have downloaded some images, like you can see profile AI2 and profile AI 3.jpg. the one image is webp, the second is jpg. Now simply what I will do, immediately I will copy and paste this and type here jpg and 3 and 2, and similarly here I will type here 2. So we have successfully imported our images. Now simply I need to copy this image and paste in our second card, and similarly to our third card. Now let me go back and refresh. Okay, now you can see that the images are different, and also we can change these names like Mike Wilka, and let me type here Damien. Okay, now you can see that the names have been changed. Okay, so friends, I hope that this video will be helpful for you. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section. I will try to answer your question. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel to learn more about MERN and web technologies. And please share this video with those friends who want to learn website development. And finally, thanks for watching.